I got something to say. I got something to say. We all got something to say. Speak up, stand up, wake up, get down. Everybody in the world know your feelings. Sing a little more love in the space. I got something to say.
And we're live. What's up, Mimi? What's
Can I
up?
tell you, I am still every week. I love that intro.
How did you? I love the song.
Y'all did the shit out there. That I love that damn intro.
Listen, I got something to say.
Yes. I'm talking about with all the pictures and the little live footage. I love it.
You love it.
I do.
You feel like you just really just what's that look you do? Well, what's up, girl? How are you?
I'm here.
You're here. So we
I'm
didn't
here,
talk
baby.
last week. We didn't talk last week. So
I
I
know.
feel like it's been like a month since I've talked to you. So
Child, that's because our schedules are so different now.
our schedules are way different, way
I'll
different.
be in your room now.
I know, look, I know.
Look, I was bombing you out on Sunday. I had a Wave Nouveau to do. I said, God damn it, I had to go buy all new shit. I said I can't complain because went and washed my towels. I can't complain. I saw my client. I said, I'm just gonna let your conditioner sit in a few more minutes. I gotta go to the beauty supply store. I'll be right back.
And you came right back.
I did.
So listen, how has your week been?
My week has been a bit challenging.
Really?
It
Do
has.
tell.
I mean, not to get all into it. I still deal with, from the childhood stuff. I still deal with, little bouts of depression once in a while, just mourning what could have been,
Mhm.
all that type of stuff. So, but I'm hanging in there. I'm doing what I gotta do.
You're doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's what we have to do. We have to do what we have to do to press on and become who we're supposed to be,
Yeah,
regardless
I
of
wish I can't wait till I find out who the fuck I'm supposed to be there. I swear. Because that
look in
yeah,
the mirror. Look in the
huh?
mirror. Look in the mirror.
I see that bitch every day, but who is she
That's
supposed to be? Whoa.
that's who you're supposed to be.
Okay. All right. I must see.
The person that you see in the mirror is exactly who you're supposed to be. But what you have to do is to encourage that person daily. And you talk
Mm-hmm.
to me just like you talk to everybody else. And you say, you know what? Get it today, girl. Snap out of it. Keep it
Oh
moving.
yeah. I say that to her every day, all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay to have bad days. Child.
Shit has been too many. I don't like having bad days. Yeah.
So can I tell you
Mm.
about my trip?
Yeah, you look like you had a ball.
Oh my gosh. So I went home. Hey, Linda Carter. I went home. So the thing about it was I didn't tell anybody that I was coming home. I
Right.
went home because my mom had been complaining about her hair and she wanted her hair done. You know
Hmm.
what? I'm gonna go home and do my mom's hair. So I had planned it out just right because not only was I able to see my mom, I was able to see my son. And then also it just happened to be the pastor and wife's anniversary of the church that I went to before I moved
Child, yeah, I saw them hats, honey.
here.
Woo! How
So
did they had them hats was how did they yeah them hats they went the Shingar was on shipment.
so
Ah,
I went over, hey Kim. So I went to church Friday night,
hey
and it
Kim.
was something that happened for me at Friday night at service. There was like a shift in my entire life.
Uh-oh.
And when I say that, it was just, hey Nikon. So it was just a shift for me, and it
Yeah.
put me in a whole nother place. It put me in a whole nother place. And so, Linda, I know who you were talking about. What's up,
Sorry.
Kim? And so it put me in a whole nother place. And so for the rest of my trip, it was absolutely amazing. When I say it's
Oh.
absolutely amazing, it was amazing. Um,
Mhm.
and the best part of it. What's up, Chad? I was just with Chad. So the best part of it was whenever I was able to knock on my mom's door, and she has this glass screen door. It was locked up, and everything was locked up because we have a key to Mama's house, but I couldn't get
Yeah.
in. The glass door was locked.
Oh yeah, they don't play about that. My mother would lock up that glass door. I said, I'm glad I ain't gotta go to the bathroom because I would have been pissy.
So I'm ringing the doorbell. So she finally opens the door, and you could. I wish her look was priceless. If you could have saw
Mhm.
her look, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And I had all his hair supplies, and I was like, "Mama, I came to do your hair." And she's like, "Really?" I came
That's
to
so
do your hair,
sweet.
and so I did her
Mhm.
hair, and we went out
Hey,
to.
I'm Leslie. Hmm.
Hey, look, Miss Leslie. So we just went around and we just chilled and chatted, and it was good. But so let me tell you how people are. People are still talking about this book, right? Because where I live is where the book is based from.
That's scandalous in a small town.
And so people were asking me, Lamont, so who is this character in the book? So who is this character in the book? Who is this character in the book? So y'all guess who I saw while I was at home? I saw Ben. The guy that was in the
Oh,
book. I saw Ben. And so
yay.
Ben said to me, I know who everybody is in the book. He said, when I got to my part, I said, oh, I'm in this book. Oh, I'm in this book. I mean, and it went on and on and on and on and on. I mean, so then this other man came by and said, Lamont, you got some books? And I was like, no, I didn't bring any. He was like, I was telling this girl her daddy in the book. And I was just like, right, that was the way I looked. I looked like, and I was just, oh my God. And
Which one was her daddy?
what's up? What's up, Sherry? He's not in the book, but her daddy's not in the book. It's like somebody's tried to make him be in the book. Like
That might, I don't know, that might be, well, might
they're
been a
trying
daddy
to make
like
him be a character
character.
in this book. And so I was just like, no, 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 no. So the little girl, the young woman, she was just like, I want you to know, I didn't ask about your book. That was them in there being messy because he was on the phone telling somebody, Lamont is in town. Y'all better ask him about this book. Lamont is in town. I mean, so it was just a big mess. And I was
Oh,
just like,
you had some
oh,
had some buzz going on.
right. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
and so people was asking me to sign the book. I mean, it was just, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
you celebrity.
So I felt bad because anytime that you bring somebody else into it, meaning the young lady that he brought into it was saying,
Yeah.
it's your daddy, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Mhm.
If you want to know something, then I'm gonna say this. Legally, I cannot tell you who is in the book. Legally,
Mhm.
with publishing rights and things, the documents that I signed, I cannot release names of people that are in the book. Now, if you feel like, because I've gotten phone calls from wives, I've gotten phone calls from all kinds of people. If you feel like, hey, your husband is in my book, or your brother is in my book, or your cousin is in my book, this is the bigger question that I want you to ask yourself. Do I, or am I, or will I be able to accept the truth?
Well, this
Sometimes,
is what I want to say to them heifers that's wondering if that's your husband or your boyfriend or whatever. Bitch, you ain't gonna leave them, so why you need to know? Just keep
I
on
mean,
doing what you been doing. You ain't gonna leave.
it's all good. It's all good. Everybody kept asking when this part two coming out. It's coming. It's coming. That's all I can
I
say.
know, I can't wait, Chad.
So anyway, Mimi's show is tonight, y'all. What's the scenario?
Mm-hmm.
It is Mimi's show tonight, y'all. At
Yes,
the beginning of
yes.
the month, we do the Dear
The
Monty,
loudness.
the letter,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest of the other 2 weeks we fill it in with what's hot or what's not. And then tonight is what's the scenario. So we have a
Yeah.
special guest on tonight. She's really not a special guest because she's family.
Yes.
What's up, Miss
Yeah.
Gigi?
And she has a birthday this Saturday.
Oh wow, we turning up for your birthday?
Yes.
We turn. I'm mute yourself. She had.
We got the
You still get
It's all right.
It's been that kind of a week, but thank
It's
you all.
okay.
Yes, I love y'all too. I missed you guys. You know me. I keep it moving, but
You do.
yeah,
Wait,
old
wait.
girl got her birthday coming up.
Mimi, she
Yeah.
been posting half naked pictures. I want
That she
Oh, yeah.
supposed to do.
I saw
Oh,
Her little cute exotic self, child.
come on now.
Child, I
Yeah.
would too. If I could
I
stuff
was
these hocks in some heels and stand up, bitch, I'd be doing it too.
stuff
I
what?
lost 15
These
pounds and you
hocks.
thought I was the perfect size too. Okay. I was
Yeah.
like 15 pounds in 15 years. I'm gonna be half naked, everything neoprene, you know?
Yeah. And that thing
Yeah.
wears like 5-inch heels, child. If I got on 5-inch heels, I'm
You
laying
know,
down or I'm sitting in the chair.
jacket stacking, honey. Woo, woo. Yep,
Yeah.
that's yes,
I
I was
can't put
feeling
all that weight on my pinky toes.
Lord.
thank
So,
you.
Mimi, it's in your hands. What's the scenario, sweetheart?
Okay, so we have a few scenarios tonight.
All right.
The first, now what is that going to be our word? I mean, even though I'm drinking water, what's going to be our word tonight?
I'm feeling down.
Okay, dang, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Damn.
There it is. Damn.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, first scenario. What would you do if you found out that the man or woman that you are currently married to and have children with was a past sexual predator, violent rapist, or child pornography? What would you do?
Ooh, time to go. I don't need extra. I don't need extra in my life. Love y'all, daddy, but he got to go. He got to go. How old are the children? Look, how old are the children?
Yeah. How old are the
Still
children?
young,
They're still young.
about 10,
Oh,
They
10,
won't remember
12.
him after a few years. He'll be all right.
so
You know.
listen. I would have questions, and the reason why I have questions. Oh, Kim said cut his nuts off and set him on fire.
I'm with
So this is the thing. I would have a lot of questions because we have heard so many times of people being locked up for something that they did not do. You know, people have been convicted of crimes that they did not do. People have been labeled of doing things that they actually have not done. So I would have a lot of questions for him.
Why did you hold it in? Maybe
Yeah,
that would be my first question.
why haven't you not talked to me about this? You know, why? You know, and because reason being is because if we have children, and I'm gonna say that it's my children. So if I have children and I'm coming into this relationship and you have not disclosed to me that you are
No, y'all got children together.
we had them together.
These are
And y'all
together.
say,
Well,
look,
you can't do it together, but you know what I mean. Y'all done had a situation,
We
you
had a
know, and
situation.
had them together. Yeah.
So then that's going to be my bigger concern. What are you doing, sir? You know, why couldn't you tell me what's going on with you? Why couldn't you disclose this to me? Because this is very important to me. Not only is it important to me, it's important to our kids. And if you are a sex offender, then why are we not registered? Because see, this is bigger. We've been having the kids coming over for play dates, and now you've opened our house up to a whole scandal. So now we have bigger problems. So yeah, you gotta go. You gonna have to
go.
And
You gotta go
out. You know.
Well, what if he, you know, is deep in the church and he said the Lord has delivered him?
Girl, that's too
easy. We will let the Lord deliver.
I'm just saying, because a lot of folks say they are delivered from past transgressions.
You know what? I'm all about forgiveness. You know me. I'm part of the mustard seed too. However, okay, you know what my mom and my daddy taught me?
Wow.
To hold things in sometimes can constitute being a lie as well. So here it is. He lived this whole, you know, life with this man, and he's probably about the greatest person on the face of the earth. But what messes it up is if there's trust and honesty, if you can put that forward and say, hey, to Monty's point, I was accused of something that I didn't do. Don't take my choices, because then I'm going to do something about, give me the option to make a choice in the beginning. I don't want my children brought in on that. See, that's why I said
But
children.
that's the thing. They already are in that situation. It's a very extremely messy situation. And let's say, that is actual evidence, proving,
Oh, well, then it's going to get
such
messy.
behavior. But it's just, what I'm saying is, that's where it gets messy, because it's easy for adults to say, you know what, this is it. But this is daddy to the kids. So now you got to explain.
Yes, they can maintain their relationship with their dad. I don't have
But they might
problem.
not be able, no, because that changes everything. Because if you a child predator,
there's going to be provisions put in place so that happens. But I don't ever want to steer. Like I said, you don't know, and this person has been a great parent to these children, your husband, everything. You don't suspect a thing. But the whole thing is, it's off the pretense of a lie. So as an adult, I would have to make that adult decision for the children.
Absolutely. But that wouldn't be, I can't say that's one of those.
Bye.
It's not cut and dry.
Bye, Daddy.
So you mentioned, what if he's involved in church, and he said that he's been delivered and things of that nature. I feel strongly about this, and this is a situation that, that I've spoken on before in church. It's important, because we have children at church, that if there's a sexual predator that is in the congregation, parents should know. Now, I know that sometimes parents will treat people differently, because they automatically think once an offender, always an offender. And that doesn't necessarily have to be true.
Unless they're the pastor. That's the only time they don't get treated differently.
Right. And so a lot of times what will happen in situations like that, people will neglect to expose the truth, because they feel like if they're exposed, then that other individual will not get an opportunity to live out their truth in church, because they will be ostracized. I have problems with that, because my thing is, when you're bringing children into a situation to where you can't protect them, because most times when you see kids at church, they run to the bathroom by themselves. Everybody's mama's not taking them to the bathroom. Everybody's daddy's not walking the little boys to the bathroom. Oftentimes, whenever we go into church, you don't see a lot of men in the church anyway. So it's just full of women, and you have a few men there. And so the little boy may go by himself, or the little girl may go by herself to the bathroom. If we do not know that a sexual predator is in the building, you trust no one in the beginning anyway. Don't trust nobody, because just because they don't say they won't do it, don't mean that they are.
I don't trust nobody in the beginning, the middle, or the end.
Females are molesters as well.
Yeah.
So there are females that are molesters. So my issue is that should be exposed in church. So it goes back to me having a problem with this individual that I'm in a relationship with, and you've not told me, and now we have children. But not only that, I have laid down with you and created these children, or brought these children into a situation that I don't know what you're doing when I'm not here. And so now I have to check on my kids. You go to the back burner, and I have to check on my children.
Oh, absolutely.
Not only do now I have to check on my children, I have to check on my brother's kids, my sister's kids, the pastor's kids, my friends' kids, my clients' kids, because you've interacted with a whole bunch of people now, and you've opened us up to a bigger scandal. And so the thing about it is, you are going to jail, because I am now going to register you as a sex offender. Because more than likely, because you have not registered, they are looking for you, sir. So I'm going to call the police, and I'm going to tell them where you are. But
you have some people that they are on the registry, but people just don't check.
We had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. One of my friends in Texas, we were talking about different people, and I was just like, well, you do know he's a sexual offender, don't you? Because he was really, really considering dating this guy. And I said, it's not, I'm not saying that he's a bad person. I'm just saying that, he's a sexual offender. And he was just like, Lamont, you're lying. I said, no, look him up. And so he looked him up and he was just like, oh my God. I said, so does that change the way you feel about him? He said, kinda, because I don't know what he's capable of doing.
But he's a predator.
I said, so you need to really, really have that conversation with him and figure out what actually went on. I think that that's important. Communication is key. I've been locked up. I've been to jail, but it's not to say that I didn't kill nobody. No. Did I do some things that I'm not proud of? Yeah, I signed a check. Can you leave your checkbook out in front of me? And damn right you can. I learned a lesson. I'm
gonna say, you steal my checks, you're going to jail again, because now because I called, as soon as you try to write that bitch, they come to get you. Like,
I'm telling you, you only hurt yourself.
Those are things that you work through. And you know what, Mimi? Sunday, and I was going to make a post about this, but I didn't. Sunday marked 16 years that I was released from prison. Wow. 16 years on Sunday. And so, for some, that's just like, oh, that's just 16. No, 16 years ago, I was in a lot of trouble and I didn't know where I was going to go or what I was going to do next. But look at me now.
You was just green.
I was
just naive as hell. That's what you really went to jail for being naive.
Right.
That's it.
You know what? That followed me for a long time in my life. It followed me. And it still comes up. But I can own mine, I can do mine, and I'm a better person. But this individual right here that is a sexual predator, and you said he was a violent rapist. So then that's gonna really, really spark some questions for me. What did you do? Who are you doing? Listen,
it could have been a violent rapist or child pornographer.
I'm calling the police. Yeah. I'm calling the police.
He already been convicted at his time. So what you gonna call him for and say what?
Anytime you're this person,
you still have to register.
What I'm saying, let's say he is registered. Everybody don't, and I can honestly say this. I have dated people and I've never checked to see if they was on a sexual registry. Really? This is before I had kids. I haven't dated really since I've had kids, but I've never done that. This is something I would do now.
I didn't do it back then, but the dynamics have changed tremendously.
Things are different now, and we're older and a lot smarter. But what I'm saying is, it can be a real thing. You can really date somebody and not do a real background check on them. Some people just happy to have a damn name. They don't care.
I'm gonna just leave that right there. But
you said what?
I said the crap that I'm going through right now, and so it's like my life is wonderful, but as far as the hell that I had to get through to get here, it's there no fault of my own. I tell people, make sure you check on everybody. And I know they say, oh, well, you don't trust the person. No, I think we should have conversations with people to make sure that we understand. Like, if I can just smash you off, I could care less. I'm sorry. But
no apologies needed. Yeah.
And everything else, and we're serious, we're involved. Yeah, I need to know some things, a lot of things about you, and I might run your background myself, but I will let you know. I'm like, look here, bro, you better come to the surface with some stuff, because I'm going to run it, because the government runs my background all the time, and I try.
I can't have my coins,
squeaky clean as possible, and you're not going to change the trajectory of my life off the pretense of it. You just not.
Yes. So in the beginning, when I would start dating people back then, I would always tell people, you need to know that I've been in trouble. I have a background and things like that. And so when I met Jacoby, Jacoby worked for the government. And so, in dating, we had probably been dating maybe a week or so. And so we were talking, and I was like, hey, listen, I got something to tell you. And he was just like, what? And I was just like, I need to tell you that I've been in jail. He said, I know. And I said, I need to tell you that I've been in prison. He said, I know. And I said, and I need to tell you that, I ain't always been good. I know. I said, how do you know this? He said, because I ran your name. I ran a
Huh?
check on you in a very.
Hello?
He said, I work for the government. He said, so I ran your name. And
Hello?
he, like, so I had to look at it and say, is this worth it? Do I want to still be here? And he said, but then I looked at the part that you were able to adopt children. And he said, so I knew then that whatever you did was not as bad as it could read or whatever. And he says, and because I didn't understand it, he said, I pushed all that to the side and I let it go. And so I was just like, oh, okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
But I do believe in being transparent. And I've often got in trouble in church and at work and other places for often revealing too much about my personal life. But my thing is, when you are able to reveal it and you're able to talk about it, can't nobody use that against you. I ain't gonna worry about who's gonna get up and say, well, didn't Reverend Lamont go to jail? Yeah, he went to jail. Wasn't he on probation a long time ago? Long time ago. Yeah.
Girl, I wouldn't give a damn.
So
I'd be like, I was locked up with your damn cousin. I say some smart shit like that.
but it's important. It's important that we handle things like this. So for this individual, Mimi, we would have had to have a conversation. But now that we have children that are involved into the situation, we're going to need a lot of help, a lot of counseling.
You ain't lying, for everybody involved.
Right.
Everybody.
Right. And then can you imagine if you find out that the person that you've been in love with, that you've been with for umpteen years,
is first of all, they're capable of such.
Right.
And then the way I would be looking at it as, because I was preyed upon as a child. So you are a predator. So you could have been the person that changed the trajectory of my life, So it's a, and then it is, because that, to me, that would be very extremely complicated, because now I'm pissed and I got to work through all these new feelings. But then babies love daddy.
Regardless.
So now I got to tell babies that your daddy is, a monster without saying he's a monster. It's that would, oh, child. I don't know. I probably just take the kids and run. I don't know.
Having that background and the same thing for me.
Yeah.
I know what moms are. I know what they look like, and I know what I feel. But
Miss G freezing up. Oh, look at her mouth.
It's like, he's been a good dad.
Child, you froze up and said, I would look at her mouth. I always think about putting something in there.
I didn't say that, Mimi.
You ain't saying, but that's what you're a man. That's what y'all be thinking about. Y'all be thinking about somebody's lips and how it's gonna look around your stuff.
Lord,
go on, Gigi.
Let me. Excuse me. No. Exactly. I'm not going to alienate my children if he has had a good relationship with him. However, I'm going to say, Daddy and I got to separate for a minute. There's some things that need to be worked out, and there's going to be some provisions and parameters put in place, because he can no longer see the children without some responsible adult outside of me being present. Because again, I've exposed you to my whole family. Now you expect me to digest them.
But Gigi,
and now your family gonna be looking at you side eye, like, because it's gonna be some problem. Well, I know you had to see something.
Yeah, just all of that, and then I got to cuss them out, because I'm not gonna hold my tongue, because
we cussers. Yeah.
But is that fair? Is that fair, Mimi? Is that fair to have to separate him from the kids if they've had a good relationship? Your kids ain't never came to you and said that he's touched them or done.
But that's the thing. A lot of people don't come until they're adults. So now I'm looking at everything. I don't want you bouncing nobody on your knee. I don't want you on I mean, that's where my
Patience.
mind is gonna go because I'm an adult. That's
Yeah,
where it's gonna go. I'm not saying that
I
it's
have,
fair. I'm saying that's
yeah.
where is my mind is going.
right.
But you see what you just said, Mimi? It's not fair for you to have not been transparent with me and your.
Absolutely.
Miss Gigi, leave, come back. I need you to leave and come back. Mimi.
Yes.
So
Huh?
I,
Is that me?
I wonder with that part. I wonder with that part, with if we're going to be able to separate him from the kids, because he has rights. He has rights, and as a father,
He
and if
has rights, but then under the parameters of the being a registered sex offender, you can't be around kids.
but
So that would, I mean, that would change it. It would.
so there's a lot of things in there.
It's that when I tell you that's a whole lot of
That's a lot.
that's a whole man, yeah.
Because you would, okay, Miss Gigi, that is a whole lot because now you are then putting you're getting ready to put your kids into a situation to where it's
Yeah.
going to cause them to have some mental anguish, and they may.
Oh, they got to have. When I say it changes everything, because first of all, now you have to have counselors present to even discuss, even to let them know what their dad did in the past.
Right,
And you have to get guidance on how to break that to the kids because you don't want that to be damaging. You don't, even though technically everybody's going to see daddy as a monster, you don't
right,
know daddy as a monster. Daddy did some horrific things, but you don't know daddy like that. So it's a whole lot to unpack.
so Kim, that's what we were saying. It should have
Yeah.
happened, but he
It
did not.
should happen, but
Tell her.
realistically,
He didn't
because
tell
I
her.
know a lot of women, and it's a lot of church women, and I'm not putting anybody down, but the church does tend to make women feel shitty for being single. So, or that they need to hurry up and get this life partner. So you have some folks that they're kind of overzealous. They want to hurry up and just say that they are somebody's wife. And so they're not going to go through and do all the proper checking and go through, have all those hard conversations. And I'm talking about just regular stuff like credit and, who you owe, how you spend money, do you save? We ain't even got to the do you have a sexual deviant history? We ain't even got to that yet. So yeah,
It's
you'll
a
be
lot.
surprised.
It's
Like
a
I said, my husband had a practice wife. I was his second marriage. I've never had a practice husband, as I call
But I had two practices.
it. Yes, okay. He had, and I'm going, if you can't get it right this time, which I will say that my husband is a wonderful person. However, it
Sometimes
took
you can
me,
marry the wrong person.
yeah, but he's not peeing a pod. I hate to say anything different about that because it's the truth. But the bottom line is we grew into that because we did go through premarital counseling and I did know his background and I did learn his history. And it really didn't change anything for me until things cropped up later that needed to be addressed. But we addressed them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And there were children. I don't have any children of my own. I've married into my children. So it was always difficult being that co-parent, in that co-parenting situation, because the bottom line is y'all have to know everything about me in order for me to be around your children.
right.
So I want the same level of respect in return. Yeah.
Kim said she had to practice her.
thing. What was it?
Yeah, so I would want the same respect in return. So, my scenario might not be as standard or conventional where we're very open. We talk about everything. I can tell him anything and everything and vice versa. And we'll get past
And that's
it.
rare because it's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of couples still
So
got
we had to
secrets.
get to this point, but he allowed me the opportunity to say, hey, I got some things in my background that I'm not exactly proud of. However, I hope you don't judge me for that. But if you do, then, I can understand that. So, he's had to live with, like you said, Monty, a stigma until they find out, like, oh, wait a minute. Like, first of all, Jermaine's not going to marry just some horrid person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I make the best or have made the best decisions, but I made a conscious decision to say, when and if I do get married, I'm going to have to know everything about this person, because I'm going to dig in his background, because I don't want my job and my life and my livelihood to be put in jeopardy, because of things that I was unaware of. Now, if I'm made aware and so a situation go down, that's on me. I can absorb that.
Right.
Okay. But again, there are children involved. And in my scenario, they're not my biological birth children, but they're my children.
Right.
So, like I said, he would have to leave the home until we sort things out. Because at that point, it's not the point that the trust is out the window at this point, because he wasn't transparent. However, good parenting and being a good father and being whatever, and the children said, the children never came and said, or maybe I didn't notice a difference in the children's behavior, because like I said, having my background and what I've experienced, I know a monster when I see one. And we've had those situations in our marriage where I've had to grab my granddaughter or my stepdaughter and say, you don't have to around that uncle and that cousin, because he's a creep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've had to, they know what the word creep is, maybe not the baby, but I'm like, you keep my granddaughter from around that person. That person's a creep.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So I hear you.
I got you.
Maybe what's the next scenario?
So the next scenario is, what would you do if a very close friend or family member was losing their home and they begged you to bail them out financially? Now, in helping them, you maxed out 2 credit cards, putting your exceptional credit rating at risk to help them. And they are making the payments, the minimum payments on your card. However, it seems that they are back on their feet and are now taking elaborate vacations. They're going to 5-star restaurants and making large purchases, all while posting everything on social media. What would you do?
Didn't Rihanna write a song about this?
I don't know. Did we?
Yes, bitch better have my money.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I've often been told you don't lend with the expectation of being paid back. I've often been told that you don't lend with the expectation of being paid back. Now,
I do.
I lend money, yes. Do I get paid back? For the majority of it, yes, I do. With this situation, this is a little different because you said it's my closest friend, and now I maxed out.
Family member, and they're about to lose. They're in a dire situation.
They were about to lose their home.
Yeah.
And so I have exceptional credit, and I have maxed out my credit cards in order to helping
them.
And so someone with it, so I dig deeper. I have to look at this the way it really, really, really is. So if they're about to lose their home, we know it's in the upward thousands of dollars. You know, it ain't just no $500. It's way.
It can be like 4 months of mortgage.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. We're in the upward of thousands of dollars.
About $8,000 to $10,000. Yeah.
Okay. So here it is. I've maxed up my credit cards, and now you are taking elaborate vacations and you posting it. And here it is. I'm at home because I can't charge a plane ticket no more. I can't charge my resort fee no more because I've.
But they're telling you, but I'm paying you monthly as we agreed.
But you're paying the minimum payments.
So
now I can't go nowhere. and you then came into some money and you doing the thing, but you're still giving me minimum payments. So I
Yeah.
can't. But when you needed me, I gave
You
you
gave
a lump payment.
Mhm.
I sacrificed everything for you to get what you needed to get. We have
Mhm.
a problem. We're not as close as I thought we were, because if we
Mhm.
were, instead of you taking your elaborate vacation, you would set your behind down in that home that you almost lost and give me back my money. Because
Mhm.
my thing is, you knew I bailed you out once. You may need me again. So be careful of the bridges that you're burning or that you've set fire to, because the
That's
bridge
right.
can be put out. You can put it out just by giving me my money, or let's having a better conversation. Or better yet, why didn't you pay for me to come with you on this vacation? You should have said, you know what, I got you. You bailed me out. I got you. Come on and enjoy yourself. You should have done something like that. But most times people don't
Child,
do.
I would say, we ain't going on no damn vacation to pay this fucking credit card.
What I
It's
say?
nasty why your ass is losing the house in the first place. Because you don't do money good.
You
I'm
know
sorry.
what?
That's a thing. But my whole thing is this. I do not give personally. I do not give with the intentions on getting it back, because at this point, I always say I never dole out more than I can lose. You know,
Exactly.
so in
I,
that
I'm the
situation,
same way. I don't loan more than I can afford to give away. However, this
exactly.
is an extenuating circumstance.
So how much
Well,
can
I
I
guess
borrow
that
me?
move in.
What,
All this
Huh?
room over
what's
here, you better move in.
what's the most I can borrow me at one given time?
Shit, right now about $50 because shit's all the fuck I got.
Hey, look, when you don't have
Let me
50 and
tell you
somebody give you
something.
50, hey,
If
you know,
you my friend, when I call you friend, I'm gonna go to the wall for you. If I ain't got it, because you know I'm a hustler. I'm
Mhm.
like, bitch,
hey,
this what we gonna go to. This how much we need. Let's get
I
on out
get it.
here and make it
I
happen.
get it. Yeah,
That I'm gonna do.
Linda said,
yeah,
"You can get $20."
Yeah, uh-huh. I give you
yeah.
that.
You know, I
But
have.
yeah, I don't, that's my thing. I don't lend what I can't afford to give away, but everybody's not like that. And then you have, certain folks around me, they can get my last, you know. And no, I don't look for it back. But if I do some shit like that,
You know,
and
you
I done
go.
put like, I done like I got exceptional credit because I don't do dumb shit with my credit. So I got these cards that's blank, and I say, bitch, I'm gonna help you out. And I do that. And now mind you, you're paying, the monthly fee, to keep to keep everything like this. Cause for real, your credit, once you max it out, your credit done already took a fucking hit. It
20,
had a
Yeah,
major,
20 to
you need
30
major
to be
hit.
points.
less than
I'm
credit
talking
that
about with two
card,
maxed out
okay?
cards, you talking about maybe 100-point hit,
You are.
because y'all know I'm the
Yeah,
credit lady. So
yeah.
yeah. So, but
Mhm.
you slowly, paying this back. Now, mind you, I'm over here, I'm good, but I'm seeing your ass on social media flossing. Oh, it's about to get ugly.
Is it gonna get ugly,
Mhm.
Mimi?
Oh, it's gonna get ugly for me. Everybody don't do. I know everybody's not like that, but anytime you post some shit, I'm like, where the fuck you get that money from? What shit? What?
I'm gonna be in Facebook jail.
This what we doing now?
Jail. And
I'm
I've
like, well,
never been.
you got extra?
Mhm.
You should
Oh,
have done the
we
payments.
buying, we buying Louis bags and we going to we going to places that got linen tablecloths and brushing the crumbs off the table. But when no, like ma'am, I be like, look, you see this bill?
Mhm.
This is
You
still
gonna
outstanding.
you gonna do it out? You gonna do a live for Mimi?
Oh,
Just
honey,
just give
I
it.
tell you one thing, they won't never do that shit to me again. Now I might not take you to court, but I'm gonna humiliate the fuck out you. I'm gonna get something.
You gonna get something out of this.
You gonna
Oh
get
How my
yeah,
something.
dad said, you either pay
you
out
gonna
your ass or
learn.
out your pocket or both. That's how
Because
that works.
you don't do people like that, especially when somebody puts themselves on the line. And I always say this:
I've been
friends
there.
don't let friends don't ask friends to co-sign. Now
Mm-mm.
I done put my credit on the line for you. Like I have my cousin, because I had owed BG&E a ridiculous amount of money.
What's
So
BG?
I had to put a bill in her name.
What's
You
BG?
know, BG is an electric company,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, from the past. But I tell you one thing, but see, that's the way I am. I'm paying her shit first. I'm not gonna, if you put your stuff on the line for me, I'm gonna make sure that your shit is good. I'm not gonna fuck up your name. But everybody don't do stuff the way I do it.
No, they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right.
But if that were me and you did that shit to me, honey, everybody gonna know all your shit. Yep.
Ooh.
I just
You won't be flossing no more, or you gonna block me or something so I can't see all the shit you doing.
Said it's time to floss that ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I have people that owe me money and things of that nature. Now, can they come back and get more money from me? No, they can't. You know, and it would be one of those situations to where I can't, or I don't have, or you know, you've reached your credit limit with me, or
But you know
something.
what? I think that's a form of being a predator as well.
It is. It
Because
is.
you have certain people that they know that people are not confrontational. So they know that they could get over, because they know they can be bold with it, and they know that you're not going to do a damn thing about it.
Right. You're right. I
I'm
went to
not that bitch though, but I'm just saying other people.
I don't know who that person is.
No, but it's you have
Heard of them.
to because for a living, I have to size people up. I've always done sales, customer service. So you have to size people up very quickly.
I work too
And I know
hard
a
for
lot of
what
people
I.
can do the same thing that I do. That you
Mhm.
already know what personality you're dealing with here and how you have to deal with them. Some people you have to be very direct. They don't have a whole lot of time, or they don't want to hear no whole bunch of explanation.
Mhm.
How much? What is it going to do for me? It's real quick to the point. You got some people need more information. You got some people that are very confrontational. Those are the ones you don't fuck with, because they'll just pop off and do some shit, like not meant this is what I meant over here.
Miss Gigi.
That's a firecracker right there. But
No.
yeah, but it's like certain people are just not to be fucked with.
Mhm.
And some people know that, but then they know that other person that um she ain't gonna do nothing. I could get this to her a little late. She did, and so that's a form of being a predator as well, because you scoping out your prey. You seeing who you can take advantage of.
It's
You know,
abusive too, because you're
it
abusing
is
our
very
friendship.
abusive.
You an abuser, period.
You
Because
are.
that's abusive behavior.
We
Yeah.
just had this conversation, some friends of mine and I had this conversation because I attended this church
Oh
and
Lord.
this girl would always go to the benevolence people. She would go to her and tell them, they about to cut my lights off, they about to cut my gas off, the
Oh,
kids
that's what the benevolence ministry is.
yeah, and so
Okay, I didn't know.
I ain't got this, or I ain't got that, I ain't got this. So they used to write her a check. They would pay a gas bill, pay a light bill. Oh, pay this, pay this, pay this, pay this. And so one particular business people, this deacon stood up and he said, you know what? No more benevolence fund. It is cut off to sister so-and-so. She can't get nothing else. And they was just like, oh, why? That's wrong. That's wrong. That man went down. He said, we've been paying her bills for the last 10 years. The last
Oh.
10 years. And she even tithe or offering to the church, give an offering to the church. And when she do, she ball up $1 and throw it in the offering plate. She done bought cars, coming here with new clothes and new shoes on. And not one time has she tried to give anything back to the church.
Oh.
No more. they cut her off. They
They
cut her off. And so
should
she got up one time. She said, "Well, I ain't got no gas. You know,
God ain't taking no fool. I bet you get your gas cut off, you'll figure out a way to get it paid, won't you?
Child, I don't know who was at the head of y'all's benevolence ministry. That's what it's called. Because I know some other ones. You can't get a dollar if what you ask for exceeds your tithes. They be like, well, we can't help you with your rent, but we'll return what you paid in tithes this year. I said, oh, that got different. Woo.
but honey, they
Take
shut
that
it
off.
down. Shut it down. When I say they shut it down, they shut it down at the church. You know,
Child, I think all of us know somebody like that. Beverly. All of us. Child.
I had somebody get up in here. I'm like, well, damn, I just moved in. Can I get settled? Y'all ready to open up a bed and breakfast over here? I'm like, excuse me, I'm just trying to get paint on the walls at this point. Can you get to the benevolent paint done? Jermaine needs some ceiling sticks and some other things going on. And I'm like, come on now. I cannot. I don't mind giving it out if I know that the person is really in need, but there is a way, and I have had people come to me because I'm not going to say that I'm a pushover because Mimi already knows, but I'm a fair person, and I will listen to your story, and I will make a determination, but it won't be on the spot. And sometimes I've had to say, hey, you know what? Let me just go ahead and line your bank account real quick just to hold you over. But I'm not expecting this back. Make it work because this is all I can do.
I'm gonna tell you what bitch I am. I'm gonna help you out this time, but I need to know what time you have. I need you to have 2 hours this week so we can sit down and make you a budget. And let's find out where you keep coming short. Yeah, because I don't want this to keep happening.
Yeah, I've had to do that.
I believe in teaching people how to fish.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. I think that, even at the church that I was at, and they did try to help her and other members, but it was just to the fact to where it was just implanted in her head that that's the thing to do. That was the thing to do, to go out and get assistance, to keep going to get assistance rather than trying to help yourself. Now, what I will say is I think that once they did cut her off, did she get into a better predicament? I think she has. I noticed now that she holds up. She didn't have no choice.
Well, this one of them churches that be buying the pastor new luggage and new cars and stuff.
No.
All right, because I would have been like, well, Bishop, he getting it up, shit. Let me get some of my damn money back.
No. Because she wasn't even really given to the church. She really wasn't doing anything, So
she was a user.
Right. She was a user.
Yeah, it was a user. I mean, I'm going to say it doesn't really lead the person when they're so in, when they're that deep. It's learned behavior, or it's just maybe there's something that happened in her life that triggered that type of behavior.
They just handle money poorly. Because I have an aunt that she used to tell me, she said, baby, she said, I remember I got my first apartment. And she said my rent was like, I think she said rent was like $400. And she said I was on my lunch break and I walked past Macy's and they had the cutest hat and coat set with the scarf. I said, bitch, I'ma treat myself. And she said, and I took my rent money and I bought that coat. She said, I got set up, but I was cute. But you got some folks that their priorities are a little skewed. They don't.
I think that's part of the problem. But then my thing is, you stop if you have a problem with it, then stop abusing people. Don't go to people that like Mimi talked about, or Miss Gigi talked about, that that you can be predator.
Well, if you are a predator, that's what you're gonna do. The predators ain't got no conscience. They trying to get what they can get now.
I know people like that.
And unfortunately, the churches are full of them.
The church is full of them.
Yes, because they see all they see are suckers.
Mimi, you know what? And I
What?
will say this: our chairs are full of them. I've had clients that you'll cut their hair, and you'll say, "Well, I'm gonna charge you," yeah, but you only charge me that. But you didn't get a haircut, and you're gonna charge that? Those are
Oh
predators.
yeah, I don't. None of my clients don't do that shit. I don't know what goes on across that hall, but
Oh,
that
wait a
that
minute.
bitch is
Wait a
no.
minute. Wait a minute. They don't do me like that. Now, I've had people that
Oh
have come.
yeah, I don't no, I don't have that. Mm.
You always got that person that want that little hookup. I had one.
Honey, let
Look,
somebody show me I'm cutting they bangs up to here before you get out that damn chair. Now you can walk out. You ain't got to pay, but it's gonna take about a good 8 months for this to grow back down to here.
I'm not doing nobody like that, Mimi.
I know you not, but I will.
look,
I will. I absolutely will.
it takes all kinds at this
Yeah.
point. Here
Because
for
I used to be nice. I'd be like, bitch, no. They be like, can I pay you on Friday?
why are you in my chair today?
Get your hair done on Friday. What the fuck you got to do?
Now, I used to have
Don't
several.
do my shit after you ask me beforehand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I got rid of her.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
you did.
Next scenario.
Today. Mhm.
Okay. So this is our current situation, current state now.
Okay.
You have a high paying government job that you love, but to keep that job, they are forcing you to get a COVID vaccination or lose your job and benefits. What would you do?
Get the
Now,
shot.
look. Unfortunately, I'm living that scenario right now. I'm glad I'm fully vaccinated, but there are many people who are still, like we said, even with all these crazy new variants that are coming out. And I encourage people. I was a skeptic at first. I'm not gonna lie, y'all followed me through my whole little journey from
Mhm.
getting tested every day to finally just saying, okay, get the shot. Then that second one came, hit me like a Mack truck, but I survived and I'm here because, and I'm glad I did it in this sense. Now they are basically putting government people in a position where you have to have it in order to return to
I
work.
would sue the fuck out of the government. No, because you
And
can't. No, no, you cannot. Because we have
you.
already seen that we can work from home. So
Mm-hmm.
why can't I keep my position and work from home if you don't feel that safe?
Honey, they'll find a way to tell you why you can't work from home because that is something that, again, that I fight with. I don't have to. I'm flexible either way. But during COVID, if I was in a essential position like an IT tech where I had to physically go into the office. They have the techs now working from home, but initially they physically had to go into the office. They were quarantined, that whole thing. And it was only a small group of them. Then I would have a problem because my whole thing is it goes right along with religion and anything else. You cannot tell me what to do with my body. It's
Yeah,
just that simple. And
that's
it's
like
against
somebody forcing you to have a
right.
baby that you don't want.
They
That's illegal.
ways to cover that up. And it's why I tell people you keep thinking that these laws that the government puts in place, because I was on the team many years ago, young in my career, who actually helped write the HIPAA laws. So I know them backwards, forward, inside, and out. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell people, don't come for me. It's not what I do anymore as far as with the healthcare industry. However, I'm glad I had that exposure because it grounded me in understanding how every job, but the federal government is very hard to sue. It used to be a point where they were very hard to get fired from, or terminated. That's why you have so many people who are like lifers and long timers in there, who've refused to retire.
Mhm.
So there's a lot. EEOC is not an easy process. I'm gonna let you
Mm-hmm.
know now that is not an easy process. So for anything that is discriminatory against anything that we feel as though is is in line with a lawsuit, you'll be dirty, dead, and retired by the time they get around to that. But in that space, they're gonna.
My law would be in the fucking media first.
Yeah, yeah, you would have to, because at that point,
and it's okay, because one thing about me, I fight. Ain't no such thing as no clean fight or no fair fight. You fight dirty, I'm gonna fight dirty too. I'm gonna find out some shit on you. I'm not. You're not gonna make me get something that I don't think I should get.
Yeah, and what about the people who can't get them? How about that? You're gonna.
And the thing is too, I know two people, or have known two people personally, that have gotten the complete vaccination and they died from COVID.
Yeah,
so it does not prevent you from getting it. It doesn't prevent you from dying from it.
No.
So what is the purpose?
They say that. They said the COVID shot is the vaccination is not inoculation. And I think I've said this during the time where I was letting everybody follow me.
I got you, but they've been selling people on the fact that you're not going to get as sick. It's not going to be as severe, and you're not going to die. But that is a lie.
Yeah, because you don't know how I'm going to react or how you're going to react.
Exactly. So what is the point of what is the guarantee? Because what's happened now is, and this is what I believe, people can call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I'm just a bitch with common sense. And I know that United States is a capitalist country. It's all about the money, the blood and money. That's all higher ups understand. So because we were shut down, we were quarantined, only people was making money was Amazon. So and the grocery stores. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. Restaurants were closed down. My business did great, as far as the cocktails, but it's a lot of things were a lot of industries were hurt. And I believe that they pushed these vaccines to give people, this false sense of security. They opened up everything. No, you don't need no mask. You don't need shit. Just get on out there, spend money, and have fun. And now these fucking numbers are going up. And I believe they told them we can do this for a couple of months. Because I guarantee you, mark my words, you heard it on Montee MiMi, that shit is going to be shut back down between October and November.
It has to be, because number one, do we really know what the true numbers were? Like I said,
we don't know what they were. We don't know what they are. The media is controlling everything.
At the end of the day, unless every person on the planet has been vaccinated in some kind of way and not exposed to anything, that's when you get a true number. Right now, these are just numbers, just notional numbers that they're pulling out of their asses. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Every week it's going to go up. Remember when the stimulus checks came? That's when everybody could go to the store and take your masks off and make sure you were vaccinated. They swept that under the rug because they were trying to get people back in those stores. They were slowly opening up, the COVID hours of operation and putting things in place because they knew those checks were coming. They wanted them people to pump that money back into
the economy.
So, and it goes without saying, like I said, I sit in this bubble every single day trying to figure out, are they going to make me come back into the office? Are they not? That's been a question that's been going on for the past year now. And I thank God every day that I'm in a position, not like many, where I can sit at home and work. And we've proven the theory that I have a discipline. Not everybody has a discipline to do this. It's just like online schooling. You know what I'm saying? Some homeschool. So I know, at certain times in my life, so I know what it is to be disciplined and sitting at home and basically monitoring yourself, making sure that you're doing what's necessary. You don't have everybody like that. I got a couple of girlfriends. Girl, where you at? Oh, I'm at the beach, but I'm in a meeting too or whatever. I got the mouse tied to a fan and it's just moving and they don't know where I am. Oh, believe me, we done seen all the tricks of the trade.
Right.
Can I tell you the dumbest shit though? And I know this ain't got nothing to do, but kind of do, but not really. Y'all done seen all these people traveling, right?
Mhm.
and you see everybody in line, social distancing, everybody 6 feet apart. I said, "Oh, looks so nice." Then they pack you like fucking sardines on the damn plane. I said, "Well, what's the purpose? Everybody could just stood in the huddle in the line. This shit is crazy."
So my question for you, Mimi,
Yeah.
you mentioned that nobody can make you do anything. So
Uh-huh.
here's my question for you concerning this vaccination.
Hmm.
What has you in a place to where you will not take it?
First of all, this country is some shit. We have not had the best track record with people of color and medical trials. That's number one. And
Hmm.
history has shown that anybody can go look up, numerous things that with people of color. That's first of all, I'm not trusting. I'm not trusting of myself. I'm not trusting of my children because we don't know what long-term effects this is going to have on. Yeah, I did. I just said that.
No, he said that.
Um,
He just said that. He said
oh
that he
yeah.
said the same thing that you said.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure, if they were shocked. I was about to say, have y'all met me yet?
Uh,
So, but we don't know long term what it's going to do to, our children. We don't know.
mhm,
Um, that's the second piece. I've had COVID
mhm.
and I had it very bad where it almost took me out.
Almost killed you. Yes.
Absolutely. And my antibody count is still very, very, very high because I have to go. I'm still going to all these damn doctor's appointments because what they don't talk about is all the side effects that come with COVID. Lots and lots of fucking side effects. That's why I have to go to all these different specialists and, you know, every, it seems like every couple of months. So if I were to get the vaccine right now, I would be hospitalized. It would make me very, very sick. That's
Mhm,
number one. Even if I didn't have a high antibody count, I would not take the vaccine because it's not a guarantee. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what it's going to do. I really believe it's pushed just because of the money. Now, I don't knock anybody for getting it. I don't knock anybody for not getting it, but
mhm.
that's not the right decision for me. I don't trust this country at all.
So my
And
thing is that
yeah,
Tell them, I'll let
my
you
thing
know.
is we take pills daily.
Oh
hmm
no.
I
Oh,
think
what
I,
pills? What pills you? I don't take pills daily.
well,
I don't trust shit.
I take
I
a
have
blood
medication
pressure.
that I
I
have to
have
take.
medication that I have to take.
Right.
I take a blood pressure pill
Hmm.
that I take daily. I
If
take
you cuss
a
folk out, you wouldn't have to take that blood pressure pill. I don't let people stress me out. I'm gonna say what the fuck I got to say. You gonna be stressed. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna walk the fuck off.
I take a blood pressure pill, and I take
Hmm.
vitamin D, and then I have a couple of other pills that I take, like for migraines, and then I even take a pill to help me sleep some nights. It depends on how I'm feeling or what's
Sure.
going
You need
You
for the last two, all you need is a good cocktail.
let
And
me
on.
knock
tell you.
that migraine out, and you will go to sleep.
So
Two
my
birds in one
thing
stone.
my thing is this. Here it is that we take these medications, we go through it, and here's a vaccine that could possibly save our lives, or we don't know. We really, really don't.
Or it could possibly
It could
kill us.
possibly kill you,
I don't want to find out if it'd be the latter.
but
They
it
be
could
like, oops.
anything can kill us. That's
Yeah,
how
but I ain't gonna help that bitch out.
you
Mm,
you can take an over-the-counter drug and die from it.
I'm not taking, but that's the thing. I'm not taking that shit. I'm not trusting of drugs.
And I get it. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you well.
Now I'll take a narcotic. I'll take one of them oxys. Yes, I will. Yeah, I said it.
So
I mean it.
what's the difference between oxycodone
Cause
and
I know what the fuck that's gonna do.
what is it gonna do, Mimi?
I ain't gonna have no pain. I don't know what this shit is that they
Well,
about to pump me with.
listen. If you get
well,
the
it hurt.
right COVID shot, if you get the right COVID shot, you
It
ain't gonna
hurt
have
me.
no pain. You
Oh,
just
I'm
it
not
beat.
getting it. I'm not getting it.
Wake
Y'all
up.
see me. I looked a hot mess, Monty, on my little. I was like, y'all, this it. My eyelids were swollen, and I did. I said, y'all, this me in my full glory right here. You know, it's not pretty. The hair was on the side of the
Only way
bed.
they get me to take that bitch is they say if I take it, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. I be like, shit, sign me up. Gone. I tried. Damn it.
Look,
I
I was
tried.
hoping, but
So
it didn't.
with your kids,
Yeah.
with your boys, so
Mhm.
you made the decision. You made it. You said a few weeks ago that you were not going to let your kids go back to
That's a
school.
little slap.
And I still mean that.
Okay.
I just found out that they have a virtual option, and my kids want to go. Well, two of my kids want to go back to school. My middle son, he's loving virtual learning because he don't have to wear pants. So he's like, I don't have to go back to school ever.
So with the two that
The
want to,
oldest and the youngest.
would you not let them have their way and go back to
Oh, they're
school?
not going back to school. And
So
this is why. And this is where I'm people are not really grasping. Children are not, they're children. Their brains ain't fully developed. That's why we don't allow them to make decisions because they do dumb shit.
mhm,
And not because they stupid. They just gonna do dumb shit just because they're kids.
mhm,
So let's say we got these little kids, and that's a residual. I still have the little cough sometimes,
mhm,
but we got kids, and the parents are gearing up to put them back in school. So this one got a Minecraft mask, to match his lunchbox and all that shit. This one got Roblox. This one got, whatever the next character is. And them kids get together and like, oh, I like your mask. I like yours. Here, let's switch. Germs being passed. It's right there. We don't, folks ain't gonna wash their hands. Boys are dirty when they little.
Don't
I
wash
got
their
3
hands.
of them. They are very dirty. They don't wash their hands. They're gonna be touching shit. They're gonna be passing pencils. Ain't nobody gonna be wiping down no daggone pencils and crayons after each use. And we don't know how everybody's family, some people's families is clean, some people's aren't. So you don't know what germs they walking in the door with. They're
Be
not
caught.
gonna test these kids constantly.
mhm.
Even if the teachers get tested constantly. You don't know if they just picked some shit up this morning, at the gas pump. You don't know. It's too risky. It's
So
not
let me
time.
so let me
Many
play
very
devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I know you love your kids, and I know that you protect your children, but
Yeah.
you go off and you go to work every day. You go
Yeah.
to
The difference is, see, I'm a lot more careful now
uh-huh,
than I was.
uh-huh.
A lot more careful.
But just
But
because you're
I
careful,
have to go to work. They don't have to go to
but
school.
is it possible, even though you being careful with your antibody being so high in your body,
Hmm.
is it still not possible that you could transfer COVID over to your children?
No, because my doctor said it's impossible for me to catch COVID.
Okay.
And my kids were with me when I had COVID. They wouldn't
They
leave.
were. They were.
Yeah,
They
they
were.
wouldn't leave the house.
They were. They never left
No,
the house.
no.
They
But
were
the
there.
thing is, and you are absolutely right, it's nothing is 100%. But
Mhm,
as a parent, I have to do what I feel in my heart is right. And I know it's not even what I feel. It's not safe. They
mm,
making you feel like it's safe because money is affected. They need to gather up as much money as they can before we shut down for real.
Do
That's
you
you
what's
see how this
happening.
is like
And we
that?
know, again, like I said, this country is some shit.
do
So they
you
have meetings. Let me tell you something. And I'm sure Jermaine knows this. And she's not going to say it because she had top, got the clearances and stuff. But they have meetings, discussion how many casualties are acceptable.
mhm,
That's not cool.
mhm.
Look,
Yeah,
watch
it's
your eyes.
exact. I already know.
I know.
They do. They have meetings like this, and the reason why I know because I'm in the casino. I work with VIP, so it's not. I work with multimillionaires and billionaires, and all they're talking about while they're at the casino. I'm sick of why don't these people? I can't find nobody to get the fuck back to work and make me some money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they talk about all day. They don't give a fuck
Mm-hmm.
about nobody's health. And
And that's
folks are drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, let me go get this shot. And they actually got some folks where we can't do nothing because ain't nobody taking a shot. No. That's how they
okay.
making their money. You know how much stock I done bought up in Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson in the last couple of months? Because that's where the money is going. That's they trying to get you. It's all about money. They don't care about nobody's health. They don't care about you living or they don't care about your kids living. I tell you one thing,
Is a numbers game. That's
but
it.
all of these meetings that we're having about opening the schools are what? Zoom or their
Oh,
telephone town hall meetings. And they plan on the fact that it's a lot of mothers and fathers that are tired of their fucking kids and like y'all got to get the fuck out of here and get back to school. They know this.
let me ask you
I've
a question.
I've,
Mimi.
I've had plenty of teachers that I know because I am friends with a lot of teachers. One in particular is one of my kids. She's taught two of my kids, and we become very good friends. She said, if I could afford to, I would retire right now because I'm
My baby,
scared to death to go back in the building.
she retired before COVID
Yeah,
hit,
it's
and
not fair that
she did.
people got to risk their life to fucking go to work. Our medical people they are exhausted
Yeah.
because
Here's
we
the
opening
question.
shit back up too fucking soon. And folks in the casino, ain't nobody got masks on. They just recently made, us put our stuff on, put but
Oh,
people, ain't nobody walking around with no mask. They ain't got no partitions up. All them little hand washing stations that we had, last year, I ain't think, you can't get a drop of soap in them bitches. I don't even think they have them up no more. So
You know,
they don't care. All they care about is getting them butts in them seats and you spending money to fatten their pockets back up, to float them over for the next shutdown. That's it.
so I just left Texas, and in Texas, they are not really wearing masks a lot. You
They
know,
ain't been wearing masks in Texas
like
because I
they
went to
really have,
Dallas a few months
they
ago.
have not. And so we were having this conversation the other
Hmm.
day, about how the vaccinations, the vaccine was so readily available and people were not taking it. And I remember when we were trying to get it, and it's still like that in some areas, it was so hard to get the vaccination here. So people were flying all over the world so they can try to get it because that was the only way that they thought that they were going to be able to live. And then here it is, like you can go into Texas. They were telling me you can go into Walmart, you can go into anywhere and just walk in and get the shot. But then it's here, they couldn't believe how when there was just such a shortage here of the shots, the
in the
vaccine,
nation capital.
right?
You
You
know why?
here, you
Mhm.
Because
cannot
guess who was driving here to get all these shots in PG County and DC?
the white people.
From Anne Arundel County and Montgomery County. That's who was lined up. It ain't that many damn white people live in PG County. This is
Right.
the most affluent black county. It's
Mhm.
it's mostly black residents. It was nothing but white.
And you couldn't get it. You could not get the shot here.
And my
And
thing
And
is this as well. And I'm just a thinking person. This is not a conspiracy thing. I just think when you fill out that paperwork, why do they need to know your color? Why do they need to know what nationality you are, what race you are before they give you the
well, I
vaccine?
think so for
I remember
me,
when that's for like a census, the demographics. They want
That's
to see
what they say.
because they
That's what they
count.
say. But you had to make but before you had to make an appointment. So who's to say black folks and Hispanics got some different shit? I mean, this is what I'm saying.
You better put other on there. I'll put that. Hey, census don't dictate what you put down on paper and what they see. You
Yeah,
get
they
what I'm
gonna
saying?
see that
You
fucking
want some
name. They
high
gonna know.
buildings
They gonna know
area,
Malika.
you better check you white.
Malika Phillips ain't no other. They gonna be like, oh, that bitch is black as shit.
I'm like, no, I'm not. We
Yeah.
need some hospitals in this area and some funding. So it's the same
Now
thing,
your
you know.
shit could have been a other, cause
It's
your
always
shit is
other.
your name is
Right?
real different.
It's
They
it's
don't know if
it's
you a boy,
always
girl. They don't know a
girl,
cop. They
they
don't know if
don't know
you
what
white.
shows up. Girl, I missed the days of them interviews when I would show up and they'd be like, wait a minute.
I put Henry Ford. Henry Ford
Look,
is
Yeah,
business.
that's real white.
yeah.
Your
They
shit
like,
is safe.
yeah,
You
I'm
probably
French
got some good shit in your.
middle name and German last name, and they don't know what the hell they showed up. And then I'm on the phone with them, and they're trying to figure out, is this Becky on the phone or who's, you know, and I show up like, good morning, you
I
know.
mean, what I do,
Monty got his shot was legit.
right?
But
What I
but Laquan and Shakita now, them them bitches might got sailing.
They
what
got
I
the
will say to you, Mimi, is what I applaud about you in this situation. You've been so open about your story, but you don't condemn those like me
Oh no,
and others in Jermaine that have had the
absolutely
shot.
not.
You stand
Because
by
you
your
got to do what's best for you, and what's best for you is not what's necessarily best for me. And I pride myself on accepting, because it takes all different kinds.
it does.
I accept everybody where they are in
Right,
life.
right.
Even like when I work with, I'm in the room with a bunch of Trump supporters.
Hmm.
I accept their asses. I
Hmm.
tell them, I say, look, I know y'all be saying the N word when y'all at home. They said, I said, don't do it. Yes, you do. Y'all be looking at the news like,
damn it.
look at
Look,
them niggas there. I said, because I fucking say it. I said, and we talk about y'all's white asses too. I said, so, yeah, I said, yeah, we call y'all colonizers. We call you Karens. I said, so we do, it's some derogatory names. So I can't get mad when I said, as long as you don't do it to my face
Right.
or you don't do it in here. I said, because I can't, security ain't shit. They not gonna save your ass. You gonna get beat. I mean, you gonna say it, but you gonna get,
You're
you
gonna
gonna
get
it's gonna be some
hand.
repercussions. But the thing is, I'm not going to treat you differently because you don't like black people. And I
I,
said, I can't, because I don't know what your experiences have been. I don't know if some shit happened to you. Black person did some fucked up stuff to you, and now you don't like all black people. It's unfortunate, but I can't.
that
I
is
can't knock it. I said, what I'm here to do is I'm here to give you excellent service, make you a good ass drink, collect some money, and hope that you like to drink that much that you'll leave me a lot of it, and I go the fuck home. And we ain't got to see each other until you come back here again.
what my thing is with this show is we're very, very open and honest about our feelings and facts of things, and we give our opinions. And not only that, we try to help people. And so, what I hope that you're taking away from this conversation, this scenario, is that you will do your own research, and figure out what works best for you and your household. I, for one, have chosen to get the vaccine. I let my 15-year-old decide whether or not he was going to get the vaccine. My 22-year-old that I just went to go see has not had the vaccine, but that's a decision that he has to make. Everybody has decisions. When you become of a legal age to where you make decisions for yourself, it's best for you to choose what works for you. Um, Will I say, I will tell you this. There are facts out there that say that the shot is not a guarantee that it's going to prevent you from catching COVID. That is a fact. It's no guarantee it's going to prevent it. It is a myth that they say that if you get this vaccine, it will detour, or it will be less hazardous hazardous to your body if you do catch COVID. That is a myth. We don't know. Okay. So I will say this to you. You are taking a chance if you get it and if you don't get it. The best way you can prevent this from happening to you is to make sure that you protect yourself at all costs. What does that look like? That means washing your hands. That means carrying sanitizer in your purse or in your pocket at all times. Keep it in your car. That means putting a mask on. When you see other people walking around without a mask, that means that you still walk around and you put your mask on. But you just can't put any kind of mask on. You need to make sure that you're putting on the good mask. Take them bandanas from around your face and put on a regular mask. Also, stay out of these heavily populated places and stay around for people that you don't know because you don't know where people are. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, he just flew to Texas and he was around people. I was, but that was something I chose to do. I'm a grown man. I chose to get on that plane. I knew that there could be a possibility that I could come home and have COVID. I knew that I could subject myself to COVID. But even in going to visit certain people that I went to go visit, I put a mask on. I went to go see one of my aunts that is surviving from cancer. The very first thing we did was walk in her house. There were masks at the door. We put them on. She wanted to hug me. I said, wait a minute. Let me pull up my mask and stuff. And she didn't have one on. But she was just like, pull that down. Let me look at you. Pull that down. And I, before I hugged her, I pulled my mask up because my thing is, I never want to be the one that it was said that it came from Lamont. I don't want to do that to anybody. Even when I went to my mama, hey girl, now has my mom had COVID before? Yes. Did she almost die from COVID? She did. There were different things that we still did to ensure that she was safe. And that's the thing about it. You have to protect yourself and those that you love. So
absolutely. But the other thing too, I want to piggyback off what you were saying, all the safety stuff. What you say?
Can I finish saying what I was saying?
Oh shit, go ahead. I thought you was finished.
What I want to say to you, Mimi, you do have to protect those that you love. And so I applaud you. Listen to me and listen to me very good.
Okay.
I applaud you and the love that you have for your boys.
Thank you.
If this is a decision that you have made, I support you wholeheartedly with no judgment whatsoever. No judgment whatsoever, because this is something that you believe that is right for you. And who am I to come and tell you what you can and cannot do for you and your boys? Because at the end of the day, you feed them, you finance them, and you make sure that everything is in place for them. So I trust the God that's in you, that you'll do what's right for you and your family. Now I'm done talking about that. Go ahead.
And then I wouldn't listen no damn way. But I'm glad you ain't judging me, because I still gonna do what the fuck I want to. Anyway, yeah, I love you. But I wanted to piggyback on all y'all folks is wearing gloves. Nothing wrong with wearing gloves, but take a whole box out with you. Don't take that one damn pad and dragging it all around, because you contaminating every damn thing you touch. That's just like if you go to the hospital and a nurse that done waited on the person in front of you came in there with them same gloves on, you're gonna be like, bitch, if you don't take them gloves off, put some new ones on, because you don't want them germs from the last one. So when y'all touching that gas pump with them gloves on, it's fine. But take them bitches off and throw them in the trash before you get in, and put your credit card back in your wallet and fold your wallet back up and put it back in your purse, and then touch your steering wheel, because you done put all the extra damn germs with you.
Yes. I can't
so
stand
if you have to wear gloves, just take a whole box with you. They're like $6 at the beauty supply store, and it's 100 pair in there.
And I'm tired of these people driving around with it's just them in their car.
Child, with them masks on, you look a special kind of stupid. I swear for God.
yourself.
Oh, I just pull up at the light and like, really? And they know I'm looking at them because they be sitting up there like this. I'm like, bitch, I know you see me looking at you, and you know why I'm looking at you.
Listen, closing remarks from Miss Gigi. What's up, Miss G?
Well, you know me, I just love y'all, and this has been once again another great podcast, and I just wanted to say I had a really crappy week the past 2 weeks, But I am glad for tonight. I am going to turn up on Saturday. I haven't figured it out, but somebody was throwing me a party. I've never had a party in my life.
You
So
ain't had
I
no
think
party.
no, I'm waiting till that other number hit. My
We
milestone. That's
ain't
gonna be
waiting. Every year is a milestone, especially shit we
okay.
done been
Good.
through.
So this
Every
is a
year.
milestone only because I've survived COVID thus far.
Yes.
Thus far, okay. I've all my loved ones are here, but what I will say in my closing remarks is, please let's continue to do the right thing. What the right thing is based on what you determine is best for your family, and just stay safe. At the end of the day, stay safe because it's not over. It's not over.
That's right.
True.
That's it.
What you want to say, Mimi?
What I'm gonna say, I'm gonna piggyback off of what my girl done said. I have had the most fucked up few days, mentally and emotionally. And today, child, I just put my lashes on before the show. I
I'm
was
glad you
on.
put it on.
Child, yeah, because I was crying all day. Wasn't no point in putting them on.
Well, I'm
Bitch, I
glad
was
you put it on.
pitiful today. Child, I said it wasn't no point in putting them on because the bitch they was gonna be sliding right down here. But I'm so glad for the show tonight and
Mhm.
seeing these friendly faces that I love so much because you done did a lot for my mood. You done did a lot for my spirit. I'm laughing again. I ain't down in it like I was. Cause I know y'all be like, this bitch is happy and talk shit. I do most of the time, but bitch, when I get sad, it's bad. So I'm out of it. I'm grateful for, the friendship. I'm grateful for the shit talk and I'm grateful for the info. I love everybody out there that's constantly supporting us, and I feel the love that y'all share with us all the time. And in closing, I just want to say I need for everybody to be unapologetically yourself at all times. Bitch, if you happy, be happy. If you sad, be sad. Don't put on no mask. Don't put on no fronts for nobody. If they like you, great. If they don't, fuck them. It's nothing that you can do. You get one life. You don't get to. You got to live this bitch the best way you can. Ain't no rule book on it. Ain't no instructions. Can't nobody tell you what's best for you. I mean, yeah, you gonna do some stuff. Sometimes you're gonna fuck up and like, damn, I could have did that better. Oh well, but that's what grateful that we live so we can continue to learn and continue to grow and to get better. So that's what I want to close with. Don't worry about what other folks think of you. Don't worry about what other folks say. You got to do what's best for you and yours at the end of the day.
So I will say this to both of you. I love you both. And if you haven't heard it today, I want you to know that I love you both. You both are beautiful in your own way. And ain't
Mhm.
nothing nobody can do about it. Can't nobody steal your joy. They can't take it. And that's for
Mhm.
anybody else out there that are listening. It's amazing to me that people see us as being so strong, but we have our weakest points when we're off camera and when we're home
Absolutely.
alone. Um, my prayers are with you and you, Miss Gigi. They're with everyone that we come in contact with. I want to tell and leave the people with this: be your authentic self. In everything that you do, be authentic. There are some people that will never ever be able to walk alongside of you because you are so real.
Mhm.
There are a lot of people that like knockoffs. There are
Yeah.
people who never experience being able to go into the store and purchase something that is real. And when you
Mhm.
find someone that is real, hold on to the realness of that person. Don't try to change them because when you change them, that means they become a knockoff. They're not authentic. And what God
Mhm.
requires us to do is to be real with Him and with ourselves. That's what true, authentic love looks like, is being real. So I encourage you all on tonight to take care of yourself. Be safe. Don't get bamboozled by foolishness Don't get bamboozled by foolishness and foolish people that don't understand who you are. Be real, keep it real, and love hard. God bless you. I love you both. Watch us, catch us, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube Live. All three, you can find us in the Chair with Montee and Mimi. Listen, we will see you next Wednesday.
Yes.
A week of winding down with Montee and Mimi. We love you.
Or winding up, whatever you need.
Winding up.
Why?
Winding
Okay.
no, do what you do. God bless you. Good night, and we love you. Peace.
I got something to say.